welcome to Acoustic Northeast, bringing you the singers, songwriters, and scene of acoustic music in the Northeast U.S. I'm Dave Goldenberg.
And I am George Malice, and we are your hosts. So to reach us, the best way to reach us is acousticnortheast@gmail.com, and you can listen to us wherever you get your podcast, and also you can get us on YouTube at Acoustic Northeast.
Before we get rolling, we want to acknowledge our sponsors, Hear It There, which brings you information on live music events in the tri-state New York, New Jersey, and Connecticut area. Hudson Harding, which is folk music radio promoters. If you make folk music, you know what that is. And WBXO streaming radio, live over the internet, bringing you great classic rock and other music from beautiful, where are they?
Hopewell Junction, New York.
Junction.
Hopewell Junction, absolutely.
Have to hope well.
And they play a lot of singer-songwriter stuff also. So this week on the show, we have a wonderful singer-songwriter by the name of George Potts, who hails from Kent, Connecticut, and he's got a new single out called Red Shoes, and you're going to really enjoy this show. And here's, we're going to bring you George Potts.
Welcome to Acoustic Northeast. I'm Dave Goldenberg with George Malice here at the studios of WBXO in beautiful Hopewell Junction, New York. And our guest today is George Potts.
Hello.
Hello, George. A great singer-songwriter we've known for quite a while. And let's just jump right in, George. Welcome. And I've known you quite a while, and you've always been a singer-songwriter. When did you become a singer-songwriter, so to speak?
I probably wrote my first song when I was in my teens, and then was in a band when I was living in Chicago in the 70s, and wrote some songs there. Never prolific. Didn't really get into writing until probably COVID, sort of forced me into having to make music on my own. I play with a lot of different people in different musical guises, playing guitar and playing bass and singing background or singing lead or whatever.
So most of your musical career, you were a band member?
Yes, mostly. And then during COVID, I just, felt compelled to write. I had always written songs, but I'm my own worst critic. So I don't write. It takes me a while to write a song. And it could take me a year to write a song because I want the right words. But I've written songs in a day. So it's it all depends upon what's working.
It's nice when they fall out of the sky, isn't it?
It is definitely nicer. I had a full head of hair when I started writing music. And if you saw me now, you're looking at me.
There's no video for this podcast.
Unfortunate.
They'll have to take your word for it.
But the glare coming off the lights in the studio here is, I'm amazed you don't have sunglasses.
So do you remember the first song you wrote? I'm going to spare you from asking you to play it, but do you remember it?
Oh, boy. Yes, it was called I Almost Had Someone My Own This Time. And if you look for it, it's way out there with a band called Redwood Landing from Chicago in the 70s. It's out there on the internet somewhere.
So it was youthful angst, which I think is...
absolutely. Absolutely. As opposed to adult angst, yes.
So what do you find that's different from your songwriting then to now?
I've been very lucky to do some workshops with some good writers, and one of them, whose name is Mary Gaucher, said, no one wants to hear you sing your diary because your diary is your diary. Your diary is very personal. But if you can invite people into the world that you inhabit, that's really what you want. You want to show people. You don't want to tell people. And that I really... she's from the John Prine school of
Very intimate,
writing.
Very personal.
Intimate, personal, simple English, yeah.
Do Do you have a song that came out of that workshop by chance?
Believe it or funny you should ask that. That one, let's see now. Yeah, I've got to remember because I was ready to do a different one, but that's okay.
Well,
this song is, well, you know what it's about. I'm not going to say what it's about before I start it.
Okay,
So
here you go. George Potts.
There's cold white towels on a bathroom floor, clean white linen stacked outside the door, 15 more to do before we're through, and check-ins after 2. And every day repeat that same routine. Take the dirty ones and make them clean. Wipe the memory of what came before they open up that door. Praise the Lord for all that we receive. Bless the dollars and the dimes they leave. We'll keep the secrets we will never tell at the Travel Dream Motel. You take it all in stride. Swallow tears, but never pride. Weary witness to what people will do. Could be a final bender or a secret rendezvous. But every day I repeat that same routine. Take the dirty ones and you make them clean. You grab the dishes from the hallway floor and gently close the door. Praise the Lord for all that we receive. Bless the dollars and the dimes they leave. We'll keep the secrets we will never tell at the Travel Dream Motel. There's 15 more to do before we're through, and check-ins after 2.
Beautiful song.
Thank you.
Thank you. You talked about Mary Gaucher
Yeah.
in the workshop, and when you listen to her music, you hear her own personal life experience in it. But you also mentioned John Prine, and with him, he could write from the personal experience of other people somehow.
Yes.
He was magic at that.
Yes.
How were you able to write about a motel?
My wife and her family have been in the restaurant and inn business for over 50 years. So when we married, the restaurant and inn, the inn didn't exist at that point, but the restaurant had been open in 73. We got there in 76 in Kent, Connecticut. It's called the Fife and Drum. And so when the inn opened in about 1980, we've had almost the same people cleaning the rooms the entire time. who are people who live in town. And
So you weren't housekeeping yourself.
so, no, but during COVID, it was a big thing. We had people coming who needed to get out of their homes, and so we had people actually, what do you call it when you sequestered or
Oh yeah,
Quarantined.
Quarantined, yeah.
Thank you. We had people quarantining at the inn, okay, for a while. We had people who were on the staff at a local substance abuse treatment center. They needed room because they had so many people there that they needed room for their doctors and their staff. So they were busy at a time when people would have thought they would not have been busy with nobody traveling. Okay. And it really made a difference because when it became more residential than touristy, their pay is different because people tip sometimes when they stay at a motel or a hotel, but not everybody does. And so I was in that. I was trying to imagine myself in that world, trying to make a living doing that.
Right.
Working 6-7 days a week doing that, and how I might get by, and that was what made the song.
You know, you mention in your lyrics your faith. Your faith, I know your faith is very strong. How does that influence your writing? Or does it?
A little bit. I was raised in an Episcopal church. My dad was a deacon. I'm one of 5 kids. I'm the youngest of 5. And we all still go to church. Not all of us attended all the time. Some of us came back to going to church. Number of years I didn't go, but when my kids were born, I wanted them to be exposed to some kind of religious training or religious knowledge. And one is an Episcopalian living in Nashville, and the other is a non-practicing Christian who lives in L.A. with her husband and kids.
Cool.
Yeah.
I wanted to talk a little bit about not just your songwriting, but these other groups that you're in. You're in a couple of other groups called.
Sure.
One is the Joint Chiefs.
One is the Joint Chiefs.
And one is Random Access Memory. Can you tell
Sure.
the audience a little
Joint
bit about
Chiefs
those?
is myself and a husband and wife from Salisbury, Connecticut, Elliot Osborne and his wife, Louise Lindenmeyer. And we've been together over 30 years, playing, each of us taking turns being the lead singer and doing reimagined cover material. We do the Prince song Kiss, but we don't do it as a funk tune. We do it as a swing tune. So there's lots of different iterations of music in that band. And we have a wonderful percussionist by the name of Diana Harold, who's degreed in percussion from the New England Conservatory, and she's one of the subs in The Lion King on Broadway. I mean, she's the real deal.
That.
And then Random Access Memory is my good friend Gordon Titcomb from up in Connecticut, who was with Arlo Guthrie for 8 years, I think. He's a mandolin guitar player. He plays in Random Access Memory. He and I play guitar. And we have a bass player by the name of Lenny Colicino, who plays in the cast of Beatlemania and played Paul McCartney on Broadway. Left-handed person, right-handed guitar player, taught himself how to play bass left-handed so that he could play the Paul McCartney part. And even in his advanced years, he still kills it. He still kills it. He's great, and he's been on the road with Jay and the Americans since the middle of summer.
Oh my God!
Yeah, so he's a very accomplished musician. He sings great. Yeah, they did the what was it called? The Happy Together tour with the Turtles.
The Turtles,
right? Jay and the Americans, Little Anthony and the Imperials. Little Anthony, age whatever, still coming out on stage. You know, what was this? You remember Little Anthony and the Imperials? What was the dun dun ba da da? God, I'm trying to remember his. Anyway, he had a big couple of big hits.
Oh, yeah.
Many years ago.
Wow.
Yeah, so I get to play, and then I play bass with a lady by the name of Wanda Houston, who's a wonderful singer from
yes.
Southwest Massachusetts. So I get a chance to
you're a busy guy.
wear different hats, so I don't always have to be on, which is nice.
And you also play at the restaurant sometimes.
Play at the restaurant sometimes. My father-in-law went to Juilliard and played with both Sinatras and played with Peggy Lee for 5 years. And his name was Dolph Tremont. He was just a great, any song, any key kind of guy. The tuxedo on Saturday nights, all that kind of thing. And I learned a lot of jazz standards from playing with him. So he wanted a bass player. I wanted to learn how to play bass. So that's enabled me to wear those different hats in different musical situations.
One of the things I've noticed about your writing is you're very melodic. You're always very melodic. But that brings me to, because you've written instrumental pieces also, and you've gotten some awards for your instrumental pieces.
Thank you for knowing that. Jeez, you did your research.
Look, you know what?
We have a full dossier.
I know how to use.
Oh God, now
I know how. Look,
should I be afraid about what I was doing in Chicago in the 70s?
I went to AI to find out about you.
You do. You mentioned workshops, and I know there are plenty of workshops around it. So it's one way that successful singer-songwriters stay in business is by giving workshops.
Correct.
And there are a lot of them around. What do you look for in a workshop, and what do you get out of it? I mean, you're an experienced singer-songwriter with many years of
I've done enough
experience.
gigs over the years so that I don't really need to be polished at using a microphone and knowing what the first song is and being in tune and that kind of thing. But there are people who do go to some workshops to get performance tips. Performing Songwriter magazine, which was in business for many years, run by Lydia Hutchinson down in Nashville. She is the one that owns these workshops, and I've been able to work with Mary Gaucher and Gretchen Peters, Mary Boggess, Susie Boggess, excuse me. And I'm going to be going down in a couple of weeks to work with Jonathan Brooke, and that one is specifically recording. So I've sent her a new song that called "Put On Your Red Shoes." That I'm going to be working with her with some Nashville guys to spend a couple hours just throwing it down.
Cool.
So it's a good experience. Each one has a different, Jonathan's one is specifically recording. Mary Gaucher's is finding the depth in your own experience to be able to get people to glom on to what you want to say. Yeah.
So
Yes.
speaking of recording, we have a microphone here and we have Hugh at the board. Why don't you give us another song?
Well, so, I'm trying to think of where this came. Oh, during COVID, my wife, I worked at the restaurant for 9 years when we first moved there, and I was not good at it. And I was one of those people. You ever been waited on by an angry waiter? Okay, I was that guy. Okay,
Is there any other kind?
After 9 years, it was like I got to get out of here. But COVID hit, and I had to go back and helped her get the restaurant through COVID. And there was one night when I'd sort of had it up to where with restaurant stuff, and I sort of lost it, shall we say, for a brief amount of time. And then I apologized. My wife of 49 years is Elissa Potts. And so I apologized profusely to her. And then I said, but, I can't say I'm never going to do that again, because it's just me hitting my head against the wall. And so this is what came out of it. Never should have had one more. Should have walked out that door. I should have thought about the price I'd have to pay. Holding my hurting head today. And now I'm never gonna do it. Oh no, never gonna do it again. I'm never gonna do it, oh hell no, never gonna do it till I do it again. And I could push that plate of food away. I could do it any day. And now I think I know just what this means. It means I'm gonna need some bigger jeans. And now I'm never gonna do it. Oh no, never gonna do it again. I'm never gonna do it. Oh hell no, never gonna do it till I do it again. 'Cause you know quitting's never worth a pile of dimes. Trust me, I've done it about 1,000 times. I never mean to be a fool. I never mean to blow my cool. I never mean to make you cry. You know I'm not that kind of guy. And I'm never gonna do it. Oh no, never gonna do it again. I'm never gonna do it. Oh hell no, never gonna do it. You wanna join me? I'm never gonna do it. Oh no, never gonna do it again. I'm never gonna do it, oh hell no, never gonna do it till I do it again.
That's so great.
What a great song. And I think that's a first when we were actually sing-along members of the audience. I think that's a first for us, George.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, you guys for that.
Usually the people we interview do not want us singing along with them, Dave.
No.
So you got a great sense of humor, and I know you've written, I know, at least one other song that you have a great sense of humor in also. Do you find it easy to drift into that area of writing?
I'm very careful. I try and be careful when you know as well as I know. Sometimes you write a song and it just comes out and you throw everything at the wall and you go, yes, and you point at a phrase or a word or whatever. The song I'm going to do in Nashville is a song called Red Shoes, but it started out as Red Dress. Because the line in it is, come on, baby, put your red shoes on. They won't be on for too long if you put your red shoes on. Now, you make that dress, you're bordering on misogynistic kind of wording, which I'm not.
No, not a man of faith
so
like
it
you.
might be funny, but that's why I try and self-edit. It's one thing to think things; it's another to verbalize them.
You have a filter. That's good. I wish I had
try.
one.
Well, sometimes my filter is too
Clogged.
much. Yeah, it's too because I'll do something. I go, nah, I don't bother, and then I'll come back to it later and go, yeah, why did I not like that? Yeah, it's really good when my methodology means when I'm writing in the moment, I try and write as many words as I can, and then I figure what I want to keep. It's almost like Paul McCartney used to say about playing bass. It's like fill all the holes, then subtract 50%. And that's why he's such an amazing melodic bass player,
right.
is because he knows where to play and where not to play. It's as much about the holes as it is about the...
Well, we want to let everybody know that you do have a website, and it's georgepottsmusic.com, and it's
Yep.
2 T's in Potts.
Yes.
And you're also you're on Facebook. You're on streaming platforms.
I'm on all the streaming
You're on
platforms.
all the streaming platforms,
I
and you
just
have
released my new song, New Year's Eve, which is, as of November 1st, is up on all the. Right. So if you go look there, you can find more music by me.
And your CD that's up that you released in 22. What was the name of that one?
It was, what was it called? Oh yeah, Ends and Odds. Ends and Odds.
Terrific CD.
Thank you. Yeah, it. I did it. I recorded it all at home except for some of the drum parts. And then Gordon helped me. I sent him the files, and he recorded at home. But it was all done during COVID. So, and I was new to working with the software and recording at home and all that kind of thing. So it was. I used to have I had one of the early cassette decks. The 4-track cassette decks. Yeah, the old Tascam ones. And then I just sort of, as my life went, I sort of got away from it. So getting back into it, I thought I was like really good. And then I went to mix and get it mastered. And there was some audio-wise, I was not as satisfied as I was with the writing. So,
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we want you to take us out with one.
All right.
I think we're right about that
This is
time.
my new single.
All right.
And to let everybody know, this is Acoustic Northeast, and we're here with George Potts, Dave Goldenberg, and our engineer is Hugh Curtin. We're in the studios of WBXO in Hopewell Junction, New York. And George, take us out with one, and please thank you. And thank you for coming up and being our guest.
Thanks. This one goes out to my bride and her family and my Potts family and all that. On this road we walk together, there's many days will pass us by, and we will share the joys of living, and we'll hear holy angels cry. We will lose some friends along the way, but we'll recall them time to time, especially on New Year's Eve when we sing that old lang syne. And on that day when we are called away and we leave this world behind, relieved from all our troubles and all the sorrows we may find, we will never walk this way again. We'll never smell that sweet sunshine, but we'll all be one on New Year's Eve when we sing that old lang syne. Now some may seek to separate us. There are those who will divide, yet we'll all be one together when we reach that other side. We can share a cup of kindness or deny the ties that bind, for we'll all be one on New Year's Eve when we sing that old lang syne. We can share a cup of kindness or deny the ties that bind, we sing